Hi, this is Angela with the Leadership Coach Group, and it is my pleasure to introduce to you one of our coaches, Merci Miglino. Merci, thank you for taking time to meet with me today.
Thank you, Angela.
It's a pleasure to be able to learn more about you and how you work with your clients as a coach. Can you help describe your coaching style for me?
Yeah, that's a pretty frequent question, isn't it? I would say that being from New York, but coaching people from all over the world, I think clients really appreciate an honest, non-judgmental style. So they're not stepping over things. I'm not worried about your feelings. I will always ask permission if that's necessary. But, I once said it like this, Angela. I want to shake your bones to get to your soul, because I know that sustainable change is worth it, takes time, and you need a third-party, objective person who's been trained to look underneath what is really getting in the way. Time management is very popular. Clients bring that to our coaching, and often it's not about their skill about how to manage time. It's their mindset, like they think they have more time than they do, or they're feeling like they have to meet this incredible criteria like perfectionism. So we want to get to those mindsets, because if you can change that and reframe a mindset, that's coaching, and it lasts.
And I know that you mentioned training internationally, and you're also certified through an international organization. Can you tell me a little bit about that certification?
Sure. The International Coach Federation, which is the premier credentialing body for coaches, they have 3 levels of credentials based on how many hours of coach education you've had and how many hours of actual coaching. So I've reached the top level, MCC, Master Certified Coach, which represents over 2,500 hours. However, I probably doubled that since I got it. But it really, the measurement for that high level of coaching is how organic, how in the flow someone is. There's no performance, there's no trying to fix somebody or get to a solution. It's all part of mastering this process, because it's the process that is the reward for your client, not necessarily you. You're an instrument of it. So it is recognized more and more. Angela and I were talking earlier, and more companies, organizations, and individuals, especially in the leadership realm, are looking for credentials as a way to kind of sort through the many opportunities that are presented to them regarding coaching or internal coaching. So I think it's, it really professionalizes coaching. It really takes it out of this realm of, it's a luxury or it's not really needed. I mean, I firmly believe everyone should have a coach, not just when you get to leadership. How about when you're first onboarded? How about giving your new employees a coach? So I'm not the only one out there saying this, but I really believe it's significant.
And your professional career before you became a coach, I know that had something to do with what led you into coaching, but can you tell me about that decision when you decided I'm going to start coaching full time?
What a great question. And for many of the viewers, Angela, this will resonate. I never thought I could keep a job. I would get bored. I'd master something and then what's next? So I was educated as a teacher, educated as a paralegal, and worked as a paralegal. But I've worked in sales, hospitality, commission jewelry sales. I mean, Whole Foods. I worked everywhere. And then I joined, I always wanted to, be a part of the change in the world. And so that for me, that was political. And I went to work for the New York State Legislature as the Director of Communications. And, it was great. I met some great people. I did have an opportunity to have impact on policies. But it's a very, very intense culture. It's 24/7. And, the more you get into the cabinet position, or what would be the equivalent of the C-suite, you are on call 24/7. So it was a great job till it wasn't. And then I was just starting to burn out. Plus, the values in that climate started to change. It became less about advocacy, which is what I love. And I feel like I do that with coaching. And it became more about, as what we're seeing happening in the world, personalities over politics and power over politics. So I kind of traditionally burned out and walked away from this job with really no prospects. I had no idea what I was going to do. And of course, that's what I did. I hired a coach, and it was so powerful and had such a great influence on me. I said, you know what? This is what I want to do, because it plays like to my absolute passion, helping people, developing people, connecting people. It was, all the things I liked about politics, except for without any of the pressure or the toxicity. So that's what I did. But I always love to tell my clients, you don't have to have one career. How about thinking about it as, young people today, 2030s, they're going to have 6 careers. So you need a coach. A coach can be that, career counselor that you had in school. It can really help you decide and make these changes.
And I know that you lived in New York City. Have you always lived in New York, or not New York City, outside of New York City?
No, I grew up about an hour from New York City on Long Island, and I worked all over the state at one point. I still identify as a New Yorker for sure. I've been to all but one continent, and that one I don't think I'm going to, Antarctica. But I travel. It's my passion to travel. I love to meet new people. And part of that is because New York is such a diverse place. It's very comfortable for me to be somewhere where I don't understand the language. It's like part of the culture of New York. So New York City is a very vibrant place.
Well, Merci, thank you so much for taking time to meet with me today. It's a pleasure getting to know you better.
Thank you, Angela.